Hello, welcome to MathPro by Bloom Academy. All right, in this video, we're going to do a quick introduction to what's called complex numbers. Okay, before we do it, just note that a negative number times a negative number gives you a positive number, and also a positive times positive gives you a positive number. So if I take the square root of 4, see that? The answer is 2 or negative 2, because you know why? Because negative 2 times itself gives you a positive number. And then positive number also gives you positive 2 times positive 2 also gives you a positive number. Okay, so note if you are ever given to if you're ever asked to find square root of negative 4, don't say the answer is negative 2, and I'll tell you why. Okay, the reason is no number multiply itself. Okay, when a number squared, no number squared gives a negative number. So when you take a square root number, which means you're looking for a number that multiplies itself to get whatever is here, which is called the radicand. Okay, so square root of negative 4 is not negative 2. We'll get to that. Okay, same reasoning here with square root of 9. Okay, but what can we say? We can say the square root of negative 4 is the same as square root of 4 times square root of negative 1. See that? Because negative 4 is the same as 4 times negative 1. So we can rewrite this as that, which means what? What's the square root of 4? Okay, here we can write 2. What's the square root of negative 1? We call it I, which is the imaginary number. Okay, so whenever you see I, it stands for square root of negative 1. So if I give you square root of negative 9, you can say this is 3 times square root of negative 1, which is I, 3I. What is the square root of 10? Now, square root of negative 10, always rewrite this as the product of 10 and negative 1. And square root of 10, we leave it as root 10. And then square root of negative 1 is I. So wherever you have square root of a negative number, if it's 101, negative 101, rewrite it as square root of 101 times square root of negative 1. And you don't have to calculate this unless you are asked to. This is square root of 101I. Okay? All right. So now let's do some addition and subtraction of complex number. What is a complex number? Complex number is a combination of the real number and imaginary number. So A, which is a real number, and then BI, which is the imaginary number. Okay, so example, 2 plus 3I, that's a complex number. 2, this is the imaginary part, and so on. Okay, can we simplify complex numbers? If I give you 2 plus 7I plus negative 3 plus 4I, I say simplify it. What do? What you do is you just add the real number parts and then the imaginary parts. So you combine like terms, and it's 2, and then you bring the negative 3. So 2 minus 3, and then 7I plus 4I. In which your case, your answer is negative 1 plus 11I. Or you can also write 11I minus 1, but the standard is to write the real number first and the imaginary part second. So try it. What you got? Okay, let's do this one here, and then we are done. What about here? It says simplify 2 parentheses. You see this right here. Okay, so first, what you're going to do, you need to distribute. So it's 2 times 6, which is 12, times 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6I. And then you come over here. Negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. Be careful. And then negative 3 times negative 4I is positive 12I. Once you distribute, now what? You collect like terms. Collect like terms. Always make sure the sign before the number right here, it goes with it. So it's 12 plus 6, and then the negative 6i plus 12i, and your final answer is 18 plus 6i. Okay, and the final part, identical equations. If a plus bi equals 8, if a plus bi equals 8 plus 7i, what are the values of a and b? It's pretty simple. You write the equation, you compare like terms, which the real number part, you compare a equals 8, and then you compare the imaginary part, which is bi equals 7i, which means b equals 7. Okay? And now I say link it. That means everything I've taught you, you need to apply it to solve the following question. This is really easy. And I say what? Be bold. Follow the rules. Follow the rules of algebra. Persevere. Don't quit. When it gets a little harder, which it shouldn't in this exercise, do not quit. Keep on moving and you get to an answer as long as you follow the rules. Okay? So I will send you this worksheet. This is the end of this video, and I'll send you the worksheet plus your IXL exercises. See you in the next video. What do I keep telling you? Keep on practicing, apply yourselves very well, and all things being equal, what? You shall bloom. Welcome to Bloom Academy. See ya. Take care. Bye bye.